So I was thinking about my don't assume video that I made. And I watched it because I wanted to see where my head was at that time. And I can't believe how much I changed in, like, I want to say a few months. Yeah. I changed a lot. I feel like I feel the same way. I feel similar to what I said in the video, but not with all the analyzing and stuff that I was saying. As far as getting to know somebody, I said that you have to check for the truth. Okay, this is true. You have to check for the truth in different places. Well, the truth will pop up in different places, like I said, but it is easier than we think, because now this is what I'm seeing. It's more of a feeling. Instead of wondering if someone's being truthful or not, or whatever, you're wondering if they're being a certain way or not. Like, okay, because the whole video was about assuming. So I said, don't assume that you know somebody, but you can judge, and we should be judging. I still believe that, but I feel like it's kind of it's like part of our nature to judge people, because we want to make sure they're not a threat to our well-being, and we don't want them to threaten us or people we love. So we want to make sure they could be trusted. So, like I said, we have to judge to see if they can be trusted. And with that being said, it's like you're automatically gonna do that. You're automatically, I mean, if we're all humans here, we're all we all work the same way, in the sense of listening to your instinct. I mean, it would be hard to not listen to it, like to suppress it. And I think that's what like society's trying to do, is suppress that instinct of ours that we have as human beings, I should say. Because the being part is more important too. I wanted to say that. Like, I guess I could add this in there. Real life is just being who you are and letting things be the way they are, and let people be who they are. And things can be a lot more beautiful and harmonious if we just do that. We just let go of these ideas we have of people when we don't really know. Like, I'm speaking for the people that assume. Like, when you assume, you just don't know. And like, even research the word, look it up in dictionaries and etymology books and thesauruses and stuff. That's what I do when I want to figure out, okay, what does this word mean? I look it up, because it's like we're taught these things once, and then, well, not once, it's repeated continuously, but we don't question it. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't look things up for ourselves. We don't question it outside of that so-called authority that's always like hovering over us. And I think most people will know what I mean. I hope. Like, I don't know if I could sum it up in this video. It would take a long time to talk about, but I want to start talking about this in my videos because this is... Okay, let me just get to the point. There's definitely something going on in the world. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm seeing it for what it is. And honestly, there's a lot of things trying to be pulled over our eyes. And I don't even link this up with the word conspiracy, but a lot of people might call me a conspiracy theorist, but I don't even use those types of words anymore because it's just, that's all part of all this shit anyway, too. What I mean by that is, I don't even know where to begin with all this, but the groups, let's just say that there's major groups in power, okay? And these groups are powered by... Okay, the energy comes from us. I'm gonna get a little deep here. The energy comes from us, okay? And there's few greedy people in the world. I'm sure a lot of you heard this before, but it's true. There are a few greedy people in the world that are trying to control everything. And I say trying because they have to keep maintaining their bullshit, because it's all bullshit, and trying to control everything. If you have to try to control everything, I'm being very general here, so forgive me if you don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to get to the point, but let me just say this, that if you have to try to control everything in general, if anyone tries to control anything outside of them, that proves that they don't have control inside of themselves. So whenever you're trying to maintain or control or contain or measure or compare, well, now I'm getting too deep into other things because, okay, my main point is the control part. You cannot contain or control or maintain what is natural. You might be able to do it for the moment being, but it's always going to come back. It's always going to grow back, whether it's, for example, like little plants that grow through concrete sometimes. No matter how many times people cut them or, no matter how many times they try to cut the grass that's in between the concrete, it's always going to grow back. So that's kind of the same situation with everything that's living, really. Truly living and being, just trying to be who they are and not trying to harm anyone or anything. Because when you start trying to harm people and animals and yourself, you're not being who you are, and there's nothing natural about that. It's all death. So that's not life, that's death. And I'm seeing so much of it. And again, I'm not being pessimistic. This is just what it is. Like, this is going on regardless of the fact that people want to be upset about it. Of course we're going to be upset about it, and that's what keeps people ignoring the fact that it's happening. Like, they keep ignoring the pain because it's so painful, if that makes sense. They keep ignoring the bad, negative stuff because it's too much. But the other thing is, we can look at it a little at a time. We don't have to. Obviously, it would overwhelm us if we looked at everything all at once, but we need to start looking at least at something. You know, at least look at what your government's doing or something. You know what I'm saying? At least something. And then that's where, see, one thing led to another with me, and this is how it happened. It's not like I woke up one day saying, oh, I know everything now, and all the ways that the government, and I could go on and on and on about what has happened, the colonizers, any group, like I said, that appears to be an authority, basically is from the same cesspool of shit, really. That's what it is. It's just shit. Like, there's so much that we don't know. This is not coming from a paranoia type of view. This is coming from love, really, because I love myself and I love others. I love the world. I love everybody in the world, or I should say earth, because I don't like using the word world. But, and another thing I want to mention is I'm going to start reading off some words from my etymology books, because these words were set up to separate what was already whole. Even like I said in the one video, why words? This is what I'm saying. Like, these words are like a code, and we're speaking in code, and I don't really truly know what it is. I don't think we really even know what it is. So these words mean something. A lot of these words mean different things than what we thought they did. That's why I bought these etymology books, because I was listening to speakers talk about speakers on YouTube talk about how the same thing, like I just said, about how there's a lot of words that we don't realize mean something different than what we think. And the main thing about all this is we just have to know if we just know that there is something definitely going wrong. Like, there's something wrong in this earth. And if we just tap into that, knowing that intuition that we all have, you can tap into it. I mean, it's there. Not everybody uses it, but it's there. If you just listen to it more, you'll start seeing things little by little that will reveal itself to you and show you the truth of what's happening. And honestly, a lot of it's coming out on the mainstream media. I check now and then to see what they're talking about, because I already know, like, if you if you look up alternative media versus mainstream media, you'll see what's going on here, because they don't put alternative media, obviously, on the mainstream, television channels. So, just if you're going to do one thing, if you're going to look up anything out of all the things that I said, look up alternative media, and then you could type in alternative media and then type in mainstream media or news in Google, something like that. And you can switch the words around too. That's another thing. When you're researching, you got to switch the words around sometimes, look in different search engines and, different sources. That's the other key, is books, look online, you listen to your heart too. I mean, this is where it all stems from. You listen to your heart first of all, and then, you look in books and you look online, you, even talking to other people, you can find out information that way and then search it for yourself. And listen, I was listening to lots of radio talk shows and podcasts about, basically, I don't even know what to call this, but I could say New World Order, but that's really, honestly, it's an old world order, if we want to get technical here. So, if you want a word to reference what I'm talking about, we can just say New World Order, apparently. But yeah, this has been going on for, I don't even know how long. So, and also look up how many Native American Indians were killed. They were the ones here in America first, okay? There was no Christopher Columbus finding this place first. Obviously, we already know the deal. They came and they took over the land, they raped and they killed. They murdered so many people. So, I mean, if that's what our land is founded on, what do you think is going on behind our, our view, beyond our view and our peripheral vision or whatever? If it's there in your peripherals, you can still look, you can still see it. We just have to pay attention to it. And again, it's not paranoia, and who cares if people are gonna sit there and make fun of you, because guess what? They are in it too. They're deep in it, and of course they're gonna make fun of you. That's part of it. It's like a cult. It's like they're gonna stick up for each other, and they're gonna say, oh my gosh, look at what she's into. She's looking all this stuff up, and it's just so evil and wrong. And that's what people have said about me, and it's like, I don't even care, because I'm trying to find truth. I'm trying to see what is real and true, even if it is bad. Because if I see what's real, the truth literally does set you free. The truth is freedom. Freedom is truth. And all that is the same as love. Truth is freedom. Freedom is truth. It's the same as knowing. It's the same as love. I just want to keep saying that, because that's exactly all those things. And power is the same as love. Love is power. That's true power. The power that they're trying to pretend they have, these so-called groups of cults, really, that's what they are. Any type of authoritative group that says we have authority over you, not to say they're there to help you, because that's what they always, have a front for. Or I didn't say that right. They always have a front for everything they do wrong. So, all these organizations are only there to make you think that they're there to help you, but really, it's a lot of things. It's to siphon off of you because, again, look at where they're coming from. Place of death, a place of evil. We don't have to be religious when we're talking about this. This is just what it is. We can see it's evil. Regardless of what religion, what race you are, really, this has nothing to do with being human. And we should realize that. And honestly, race, you can look this up too. Race was made up. The race is not even real. Yes, we're obviously from different places and we have different skin colors, but to say that is, how is that a category? How can we categorize something like that? I don't understand. That's okay. And we're different colors. We come from different places. We speak different languages. Okay. We have different traditions. Okay. I don't really want to get into the traditional part, but yeah, anyways, as far as color, as far as size, shape, and, if people think you're attractive or not, why does this matter? I care if you have love in your heart. That's it. I don't care what you look like, what you sound like, what color you are, where you come from. I don't care what abnormalities you might think you have or you do have, or what disabilities you have, or anything. Because it's not about the words. It's about the true communication which is through the heart. Because again, if you have all these things, if you have a disability, or if you have a so-called abnormality, well, what is that abnormal to, or what is this what's the word? I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so what is this debilitating towards? What? Oh, okay. The colonized way of living. Oh, okay. So the natural way of living it's basically a threat to the colonized way of living. So, and what is natural is, what I'm saying is from the heart. We speak to each other. We don't even realize it, but we speak to each other through the heart. And words come out, but behind those words is whatever you're feeling in your heart. So it's like they're trying to strip that away from us and take that away from us. But you cannot take that away. And, I guess that's why words are just pissing me off these days, because it's like I'm just talking about the same thing, just using different words, but I'm talking about the same thing constantly. So, and with telling you all this, the way to see what is positive, what is real, well, basically, like I said, is to, once you see the real, once you see the truth, that in itself you will be free, okay? Once you see the truth, you have freedom. Might be a little freedom, but it's going to get you to the next, it's like, it's one continuous moment of realizations. Like, once you see one little thing, it's just going to lead you into another thing, and you will see for yourself. And that's once you see, that's all you know that you need. Like, you will feel that once you see it. You just know that you just need truth, because that's all that there really is. Nature will take care of you because you are part of nature. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about, and there's nothing to necessarily do about it. It's just be who you are and let go. It's more of a letting go of who you thought you were, and realizing the real you, realizing the real world around you, and who's real in it. So, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for listening.